Hi everyone, this is Sai Nagari from Teaching Technology Across Generations at St. Mark's, and this video tutorial is on how to use Google Chrome on your iPhone for web browsing. So we'll just jump right into it. In the last video I talked about using Safari as a web browser, and Google Chrome provides the same service as Safari does, except sometimes different people have different preferences for whether or not to use Safari or Chrome. So I'll just show you Chrome because I personally use it more often, even though they both offer the same abilities really. So when I open up Google Chrome, you see this gray bar right in the middle. It serves as the same thing as the search bar in Safari, where if I click on it, it gives me the option to start typing in whatever website I want to visit. So again, I could type in apple.com and it will auto-complete it for me. So I could click on this first option, or I could just hit go in the bottom right in blue in order to access it. But I'll just tap on the auto-completed option. And again, I can just navigate it just like in Safari. It works the same way. But the difference in the buttons between Google Chrome and Safari is something that you do have to learn. So right at the bottom I have 5 different buttons that I can click on. So first I'm going to click on this one with the square around it. So that's how I can access the different tabs that I have open. Just like with Safari where there were 2 overlapped squares, this allows me to access all the different tabs. So I can click this plus button right in the bottom in the middle in order to create a new tab, and it'll open up the tab for me, and I could go to, again, like St. Mark's for example, and pull that up. And once I'm done using the website, I can click on the 2 with the square around it. So it says 2 because I have 2 tabs open right now. So when I click on that, it'll show me the 2 tabs that I have open, and I can click on the X in the top right of that tab in order to close out of it, and in order to kind of keep track of what websites I still want to have open and what websites I don't want to have open. So I'll just close out of Apple by clicking on that X, and then I can click Done in the bottom right to just return to the website that I was at. Now when I click on that one again, I can also click Close All in order to close every single tab that I have open. So right now I have no websites open, and as it says, no open tabs. To browse the web, add a new tab. So again, it gives me the option in the bottom left to click undo to reopen whatever I had. So that's pretty useful in case you accidentally click on close all and you didn't want to close all the tabs that you had. But I'll open up another tab and we can explore the different buttons that are at the bottom again. So right here, there are these 8 websites these 8 options that are right under the search bar. And so those top 4 are just the websites that I visited recently. So it'll just suggest that for me, which is pretty useful in case I want to just access YouTube without actually having to type it out. I could easily just click on it in order to go there. And then in the bottom 4, bookmarks, reading list, recent tabs, and history, they all work the same way as the bookmarks, reading list, recent tabs, and history in Safari work. So bookmarks are just websites that you've chosen to bookmark, which means that you want to be able to access them really easily without ever having to type up their name again. You can just click on bookmarks, and I can just click on whichever website that I want to. So I could go to the College Board's website to see what updates are on for the AP exams that we have to take this year. And so I've bookmarked that so I don't have to type that name up again and go to the website and navigate the website. Instead, because I bookmarked it, it'll just take me straight to where I want to, which is really useful. And so at the top, in that gray bar that's at the top, it says the website name, but it also has the square with an arrow icon in the top right. It's kind of hard to see, but when I click on that in the top right, it again gives me the option to send that link to different people, or to bookmark the page I already have it bookmarked, so I wouldn't click on it, but if it were a different page, it would give me that option. And so that button, the square with an arrow, is really useful for copying a link or sending it to someone or bookmarking a website. And so at the bottom left, I have that back button and that front button. So the left arrow allows me to return to whatever website I was, and the right arrow allows me to go back. I can kind of flip back and forth between that, and that's really useful in case I accidentally click on a link and I want to go back to where I was before. And then in the bottom right, there are 3 dots. So this just gives me, in Chrome, it gives me the ability to easily reload the page. So sometimes, like let's say a page isn't loading quick enough or something went wrong, you can either swipe down just from anywhere on the page. So I just take my finger and drag it down from wherever on the page and it'll reload the page. Or I could just click on the bottom 3 dots and click reload to reload the page again. And it also gives me the option to create a new tab. So if, let's say I didn't want to click on the plus that's right at the bottom, I could just go here and create a new tab, just like clicking on the plus at the bottom does for me anyway. And then I can access my bookmarks, the reading list, recent tabs, the history of websites that I visited, and the settings page to configure whatever settings I want for Google Chrome. And the reason why I like to use Google Chrome is because I can just use whatever email address that I want. So that's how I get to keep my history between different devices. So if I log in with the same email address, it works out. And it preserves like the history and the bookmarks between them. So that's the reason why I use Google Chrome, but both Safari and Google Chrome are good options. So I hope that you can kind of explore using Safari and Google Chrome to see whichever one you like better. And let us know if you have any questions by emailing us. The email links are in the description. But besides that, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.